Good day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Jeremy. This is the Financial Education Channel, and today is a very short video where I'm basically telling you why stock market diversification is a bunch of bullshit. When you learn about stocks, like Investing 101, and you learn about it in school or wherever you learn about it, they talk about stock market diversification. They talk about being diversified in all these different things and being in this industry and that industry and all this type of stuff. That's a bunch of bullshit in my opinion. I'll tell you the one scenario where diversification actually makes sense. I'll tell you the one scenario at the end of the video. Basically, why is it a bunch of BS? Well, okay, you have, let's say, 10 stocks you keep track of, right? Do you think you're gonna feel any bit as confident in stock number 10 as stock number 1? I highly doubt it. Do you think even you'll be as confident in stock number 5, your 5th favorite stock, compared to your number 1? No, it's not even gonna be close. I do a series every week called 3 Stocks to Buy Now, or 3 Stocks I'm Buying Now, or whatever. And in that series, I can tell you the confidence I have in my number 1 company versus my number 2 company is substantial difference. I have way more confidence in my number 1 company than my number 2 company, and I have way more confidence in my number 2 company than my number 3 company. So by the time we get down to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, do you think you have much confidence at all in those type of companies when compared to those top ones? No. Which is why I have always been invested in, generally speaking, around 2 to 5 companies at a time. That's me. Sometimes I'll be only in 2 companies. Sometimes I'll be in as many as 5 companies. But the more you get in, the more you get invested in this stock, how are you supposed to become confident in, stock number 7 compared to stock number 1 or stock number 2? So you're just wasting money at that point. And you could say, well, what if stock number 1 goes down? Yeah, well, what if stock number 7 goes down and stock number 1 shoots way higher? Then you missed out on the big potential gain, which is the stock you thought was going to do great. And the stock you were kind of okay on, number 7, that went down. That doesn't make any sense. It literally does not make sense. So in diversification, sometimes it's okay if you're getting too heavy into one sector. Like say you're invested in Ford and GM and Tesla and every car manufacturer or something like that. That might be a little crazy in my opinion. I probably wouldn't do that and go all in on one sector of stocks. That you might want to diversify and get around and whatnot. That doesn't make sense. But the one scenario where I'm okay, stock diversification, that's okay. That one scenario is for retirees. People that are really over the age of 65 and are not really looking to make that much money anymore, but at that point you're more how do I keep my wealth? How do I keep it? I'm not worried about trying to get great gains and those kinds of things. I'm trying to manage losses and maybe just trying to collect dividends and then reinvest those dividends and things like that. You're just trying to preserve wealth. Or say maybe you created some type of app, that's social media, and you sell it to Facebook for $50 million. Great. And you're man, I'm never going to do anything that great again in life. I just need to preserve this wealth for the rest of my life so I can live like a rich person forever. Okay, that makes sense. Just diversify and, the entire S&P 500, spread the money around, and you'll only do as good as the stock market does or as bad as the stock market does. In those type of situations, okay. But in a situation when you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s even, and you're a normal person, it makes sense to try to build wealth. You're trying to build wealth. So why not try to build wealth in the stocks you're most confident in, rather than ones that are way down there? So that is the video today. I just wanted to give my opinion on this. I know a lot of you guys are beginners in the stock market, or kind of maybe moderate level. So you probably hear that term a lot, diversification. You hear it on CNBC and Bloomberg, and they talk about being diversified and all those things. I wanted to give my take on it because my take is very different than what they say on the commercials and things like that when they're trying to preach about diversification. Oh, you need to see your financial advisor today because you need to be diversified, blah, blah, blah. Oh. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today, guys. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, you may want to. I talk a ton about personal finance, talk about business. I'm a young entrepreneur. I talk about entrepreneurship, and we talk about the stock market like we did today. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.